afternoon, friends. I am back for the second time today, and now we are going to be doing a nice pretty eye look for Valentine's Day. I hope to get a few of these in before Valentine's Day to give you a couple different variations of what you can do. I think today it's gonna be more of just kind of, on Valentine's Day I do have to work. I don't get off till at least 6 or 7. It's gonna be a fast look, because I don't think I'm really gonna do it that morning. That way it can look nice and fresh for the evening, even if we're gonna sit at home and have an at-home Valentine's Day, which is something I don't mind at all. I love to be at home around people all day. I like to come home and just kind of have moments to myself with just my husband and my little fur family. So we are going to go in with a couple of things that we got through BoxyCharm, and then just things that I already have. I did not go buy anything new for this look, or things that I already had in my kit back in my beauty room. So it's just things that you want to pick from the stuff you already have. Like, don't go out and buy anything that you don't already own. Like, don't go out and make it special. Pick from things that you already have. I assure you that you have things in your beauty room or beauty area, whatever, that you can already use. So we're gonna step right in first, of course, with the Ace Beautē, because I love the colors in here. This is perfect for Valentine's Day. Has those pretty oranges and the pinks and purples. We are going to be on this side of the palette. We may dip into here a little bit, but we're mostly gonna stay over here. And like I said, we're just gonna go with a simple eye look. It's not gonna be anything dramatic, nothing that anyone can just easily step in and do, okay? So let's get started. Again, it's still such a beautiful day here in Florida. I was just outside again. My dogs are loving to be outside. I'm sure you're gonna hear them as usual. So I even gave them snacks to keep them busy, and yeah, they ate those in like 2 seconds. So, all right, I'm gonna separate a couple of my brushes here just so I can see my eye brushes. I didn't feel like being in my beauty room today, so I kind of brought a few things out because I wanted to be with some big windows and natural lighting. So I just brought a few things out. So I could be out here. And let's see, so we are going to step in with just a regular blendy brush right here. I'm just gonna clean off some. I should have brought my little, that really cool brush thing that I got where you can just color switch thing that you can switch between each color without mixing colors, but I'm not really gonna be mixing that many. So we are first gonna step in with Lotus, which is this really pretty color right here, as just a nice little crease blending color. Ace Beautē palettes are really, really, really nice. They're not expensive. They blend really well. I love the other palette they had as well with the blues and the yellows. Yeah, let's see. So we're just gonna put some colors. Look at the color. And that's just one little dip into the palette for each eye. And it blends right in. Windshield wiper motions as usual. We're just gonna kind of go up on the eyebrow bone a little bit. Same thing over here. Kind of go in, and this is a bigger, fluffier brush, so it covers obviously a lot more. And gonna go out, out. Let's see, there we go. Very pretty, very light, subtle. All right, we're gonna change brushes, go in with a smaller brush, and let's see if I can get you a little closer. Next, let's see, we are going to step in with Bahamas, just kind of deepen that color, well, get you in the frame there. We're just gonna go in and, I don't know, let's actually go in with Sangria, the one on the bottom, and I'm actually gonna pin my hair back a little bit. There we go. Keep that out of my face. And so we're just gonna step in with this motor brush. This is the BMX 430 Crease. I love this brush. It's so soft and it really, really blends awesome. So I've already cleaned it. We're just gonna go in there with Sangria, and I'm Remember, these things are seriously pigmented. And we are just going to adjust my mirror, blend. All right. And I am barely putting any product on the brush. That is just how pigmented these colors really are. Look how beautiful. These colors are so pretty. Cute. Let's blend that in just a little more. Very, very smooth too. Look at that. As far as foundation, everything goes, I just use the Juvia's Place foundation and concealer. And I use the Coty Airspun powder to lay it down Wet n Wild under here and up here. And that's it. Nothing crazy or anything like that. So next we will step in. Let me clean that off since that's a purpley color. I like to try to get those off with my brushes, except for the ones who are dedicated to those colors. All right, so next, let's see. Let's go in with the Nocturnal. We're gonna use that as like this outside color over here and to kind of blend up right through here. And I'm gonna go step in with the BMX 420 Detail Moda brush. Again, it's the same kind, just like that one, a little smaller, shaped a little differently. And start about here, kind of go over and up. This is where we do the little V shape. Keep that eye shape. That way it keeps that pretty flow like that. And I don't want to make it too dark. I just want to make it blendy and pretty. And don't worry, we're going to go in, of course, and fill that out. Or in. Not out. Okay. Back in with Nocturnal. All right, on to the other eye. Not sure if I even showed you, but it's this little color right up here and over here as well. I get so involved with when I'm doing my makeup, I sometimes forget to show the eye color that I'm using. I always have one that's just like more defined than the other. Do you ever have that problem? I always have to look at my eyes and I'm like, okay. But eyes, I feel like, are not like eyebrows where they're cousins. I feel like eyes should really be twins. So why do they not act like twins sometimes? What really gets me is liquid eyeliner. Takes me to a place. Okay, and blend, blend, blend. So beautiful. Gosh, the colors in this palette. Okay, now we are going to take this color under the eye as well. I'm gonna clean that off with that brush. My husband's gonna be very happy that I put that on that towel. And so we are gonna get a very thin brush, like this little guy here. This is from Crown Brush, and I love their brushes too. I got this in a FabFitFun box, and I love it. So we're gonna put that back in Nocturnal, and we are going to put that really, really close under the eye. I'm trying to use the camera and the mirror right below it, just to get that detail in there. And then I also kind of go right into the corner here to put those two together. Okay, same thing on the other eye. So there we go, tying the eyes together. Doing makeup is so relaxing to me. We're not finished with the top of the eyes either. So now we are going to go in with this little smudge brush. This is the BMX 402 from Moda. I love this brush as well. We are going to use the shade, let's do Sangria, and we'll use that to kind of smudge it together and kind of get all the look together. This is about the time that I usually always get a little bit of eyeshadow in my eye. My eyes are like already dry enough, so let's just throw some eyeshadow in there as well. There we go. Now we have tied the eye look together. So next we're actually going to step in with Lotus, and we are going to put this all over the eye, and then we're going to top it with that beautiful Aurora color to give that Valentine's Day sparkle, because who doesn't like to sparkle? I love to sparkle. So let's step in with, you know what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spritz the brush to lay down this Lotus color. No, I'm not. I'm actually just gonna lay that down. Let's see how it lays down by itself. And then of course that Aurora color, I will probably apply with just my finger and see how it applies. So let's lay down Lotus. Prep that eye for this beautiful color. And this little brush is Dose of Colors. It's a double brush. I'm not a huge fan of double brushes. I don't know how you lay them down without ruining one side. That's my problem with them. So they're not my favorite. That's how I look at them. eventually one of them is gonna get worn out. So I kind of just lay it where it's on this tip because I'm like, well, it's got more density than the other side. I don't know. All right, same thing for this eye. Just gonna fill that eyelid up with this color. You know, there's not a lot of kickback on these palettes either, which I'm a huge fan of. It doesn't really bother me when palettes have kickback and fallout. It doesn't really bother me as long as I can get it off my face. But this one, it really doesn't have a lot. Let's see. Let me put this on there and then I want to show you what I'm talking about. So basically, when you look at this one right here, I don't know if you can see, but there's not a lot of kickback from it. It's quite impressive, especially for a palette it's pretty inexpensive. I want to say these palettes are only like $12 or so. I can't remember if that was on sale on the BoxyCharm website or if that was the actual price and they were lower. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked. So now we're going to go in and we're going to pack this beautiful color on my eyes. Like I said before, these colors right here are typically better applied either spritzed with your like a Fix Plus water or a setting spray of some sort or with your finger. So we are going to try our finger. So that's what picked up on my finger. So let's see. Had to work pretty hard to get that much out, so let's keep trying. Yeah, it's not really, so now that was a little better. I think you're having to work just a little hard for it. So this one may actually be better applied with a brush that is spritzed rather than your actual finger. So let's try that on the other eye. I will tell you though, it's a very pretty color. It's not overly sparkly. For the girls who like just that little bit of sparkle. I find it a very romantic color, not a huge flash color. It's not really coming off on my eye. Actually, when I was wiping my hand, there was more still on my finger than actually what went on my eyelid. So, and it's pretty patchy on my eyelid, looking like this whole section right here doesn't really have any, but the rest does. So let's try spritzing a brush and applying that way. Some just apply better that way. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the product. It's just how the product is made. So we're just gonna use a little bit of this all-nighter spray. And now so I'm not sure if that really helped a lot. It helped some. So I don't know if maybe it just has to be really, really, really wet. I mean, I think that that's enough on the eye that it makes it just enough sparkle. And not a lot actually came off when I just wiped the brush. A lot did not come off. So let me try like really spritzing it and seeing if, well, that was a lot. See if that will help some on the other eye. So this eye has had none applied to it. Wow, that's a lot. Oh my God, that's so much waste. So yeah, that's like, this brush is like drenched. And ruined. So let's see. So too much setting spray definitely does not work, but now it did make it into almost a cream on the top layer. So let's see. So this side is super, super, super shiny. Unlike the other side. Maybe that's just because it's wet. Let me see. I'm gonna use my Ace Beauty box here to like fan it dry. Let's see if that will change the look or if it's just gonna remain shiny. It's okay, 2 eye looks in one. We'll work with it. Definitely let me know if you have any ideas about a better way to do that. Okay, so let's go in with some more product and see if it'll change anything. I'm just gonna kind of pat it on there because it does pick up more. So spritzing the brush more, it didn't help, it just made the brush like super saturated. So whenever I put the brush back into the eyeshadow, it kind of made it more into like a cream eyeshadow. So I'm not sure what would make this one apply better. To be honest with you, I think maybe this is just one that's gonna take some extra work. These colors, purples and reds, they're extremely hard to make, and a lot of people don't like it, but it's hard to make them cruelty-free because some companies do use crushed beetles to get the pigment. So it's very, very hard to make the pigment work with trying to be a cruelty-free brand. And it does say a cruelty-free product. So they are not using crushed beetles in there, so they're relying on, I don't want to say chemicals to make the pigments, but it's a lot harder to reproduce those natural pigments that you would get from using sweet little beetles to make your makeup products. So it's just gonna be a shade that you have to, excuse me, that you have to kind of work with and play with, but it is beautiful. And you know, just playing with it, learning how to work with it, it's not a bad color, it's beautiful. And like I said, it creates just this subtle, pretty sparkle on your eye. All right, so next we are going to move right on into eyes. And remember, we are going to use black tonight because we want to create a sultry look for Valentine's Day. We don't want to open our eyes and be bright and sunny and everything. We want to close them and do a little, you know, eye bash, get what we want, whatever you're after. So we are going to use black. I'm using the black gel liner from ColourPop. And we are just gonna put this in our waterline. As I said before, their gel liners are so pigmented. I bought the Vault, so I have them in all the colors. Some are vibrant and brighter than others, and some are not. Some are more subtle, but overall, I just kind of like having the Vault because you have so many options. I even have a red. When I put the red on my eyes before, it was kind of scary to see myself with red eyeliner on. But I did wear the yellow once, and because I was wearing like this yellow shirt, and it looks kind of cool with my makeup. So you see how that created my eyes. It already made them look smaller, kind of pulled things together. That is what black eyeliner does in your waterline. So thankfully, I don't always have to wear fake lashes because I have naturally long lashes. I am not going to do fake lashes in this tutorial. I haven't glued lashes on my eyes in a really long time, but the ones that I really do, I believe they're from Ardell, not the magnet ones where you put one on top and one on the bottom. Don't do that to yourself. I tried it. I tried so many tutorials. Just don't do that to yourself. The new ones though, where you put the magnetic liner on and you apply like 3 coats, wait 30 seconds, let each one dry, and you pop the lash on, wonderful. They're wonderful. However, what I found is that it only lasted like 1 or 2 wears, and like I kept having to apply the liner. Could have just been me, could have been something I was doing wrong, because I hear people love them and they keep buying them. but I was a huge fan of those. So we are going to jump in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex Liquid Liner, and we're going to do a wing and go across. There we go. Wing done. Very simple, very easy. Try not to critique it. Just go out there. Some people fling. I don't fling because I feel like when I fling, it skips and gets all weird. I just always pull down, go across. And that's the easiest way. And then I go back and fill in. Now let's try to make the other side a twin, not a distant cousin. Which is funny because on this side I actually do pull out and then go over. And I try my hardest not to breathe during those times, which is so hard. All right, and now we fill in. And if they are not twins, I do not fret too much because the more you try to fix it, the bigger they get, the worse they get. Girl, just leave it alone and go. Oh, look at that one. Wings for days. And then this one over here is like, I'm the shy girl. So I am going to actually elongate this one just a little bit. Just because there was such a drastic difference between the two, because this one's just like, I'm out to play. All right, so with mascara, I'm actually going to use the drugstore mascara that I had picked up from the Maybelline. It's the Voluminous Feline. I've actually loved this mascara, so we are going to do a little curly curl. I used to think using these eyelash curlers, you just had to like squeeze them to death, but I've learned that you just do a couple subtle little curls, and that's it. That's what you do. And your lashes love you a lot more for it because you're not squeezing them to death. Okay. And we're gonna remember, you want to go from the bottom and stretch up. Elongate those lashes, make them seductive and gorgeous. Remind him or her why you are theirs and why you get away with everything, even when you probably shouldn't. All right, let's see. So I do go on top to thicken the lashes up. And I try to do that early on so I don't apply so many coats of mascara, and then go up to get them out there standing tall like the pineapples that they are. No, girl, you can't stay there. Okay, now remember the bottom ones, we love them, we just don't love them as much. So you just go a little easier on them. All right, a little bit more up here to really get those girls out. Okay, that is mascara. So now we are just gonna do the cheeks and the lips and we are out of here. So I watched a little TikTok video where the girl, actually I watched the Kelly Strack video where she watched the TikTok video because I don't know about this TikTok stuff. I think I'm just not aging well with the whole social media thing. So she used one of these little guys and she just took it from her inner nose and she just contoured a little bit. I've actually been doing that. I love it. It's so easy. And I actually saw the other day in one of my pictures, I was like, oh, my nose was so contoured. I was just like, whoa, a girl didn't even have to have surgery to get that. So basically you start up here and we're gonna try to do this without messing up and you just pull down. So what it just easily, now it doesn't blend it for you, obviously. You have to go back through and do that yourself. So I just went in and got one of these little cheapy ones from the dollar store. I got the smallest one that they have and start up here and pull down. And it instantly just contours your nose to where you don't really even have to think about it. If you go up in here, it pulls it all in. And I just kind of brush a little bit and then they do it on the tip of the nose. And we are going to blend that out. So I'm gonna use this little guy and I'm just gonna go in, brush him out. This is a Real Techniques brush that I don't really use for eyeshadow anymore, but he is still in my collection. All right, so. So now we have contoured the nose and we're gonna tap, tap, tap. I feel like when I tap, it just kind of helps it blend it a little more naturally. That's probably in my head, but it makes me feel better. So now we are just gonna step in with the ColourPop Coconuts Top to the Palm bronzer here. Top to the palm. And we are going to go in with a light shade of this on the cheeks. And I'm just using one of the brushes I picked up from TJ Maxx. It's not labeled. And go in. I still do that with my cheeks where I kind of do all that, but you don't really have to, as long as you know where your cheekbones and everything are, but it's just a habit I've always had. And same thing over here. And same thing with the forehead. Just kind of take that down a little bit and make sure you blend it in real good. Get all my hair off my face. Behind the jaw, down here. Behind that jaw, down. All right, that one is done. Next, we are gonna step in with my Tarte blush. It's called Bling It On. It's in this really cute case. I've had this for a while. I love this thing because it gives you 5 different shades of blush. And honestly, I use this year round because it's got a shade for every shade that I become throughout the year. So we are gonna step in with, let's do Smashing, which is this color right here, just because it's pretty subtle. And some have a more glitter than the other, like Beaming has a good amount of glitter. And we are just going to do a couple little dabs. Same thing on the other side. Couple little dabs. Give us that beautiful glow, little blushy cheeks, and I'll just do a couple up here, nothing crazy. Next, we're gonna step in with highlights. I am going to be using the Cookie Highlighter from Benefit. I love this color. It is so pretty, and it will have you glowing to the gods for Valentine's Day. Gonna use the Jeffree Star highlight blush, or highlight brush. I just cannot get my mouth to work with my brain today. So we are just going to, yes, blend that on. Oh. What girl does not want to shine? And you're gonna put it right on that bone. Kind of take it up a little bit. Same thing on the other side. Take it up. I just do a little here, a little there, a little right between my nose right here, between my eyes, excuse me, and on my nose. Chin. Basically the natural spots where the light hits you. I do it on my Cupid's bow. Hey girl. I try not to do too much on the bridge of my nose because I don't want it to look too blinding, because I don't want it to look greasy. All right, and let's take this down. Fluff my hair back up. It's not really wanting to do anything I want it to do today, which, for real, does that surprise you? Next, we are going to step in with Kylie Cosmetics in this beautiful color called Under the Tree. This is part of a little lippy collection I got. Ooh, beautiful. All right, next we're gonna finish it off with the All Night Setting Spray from Urban Decay. And as usual, I just get my little beauty blender and kind of press that in. You don't have to do this step. I just like to. I feel like it just kind of presses everything together. Yeah, and that's it. That is our completed look for this Valentine's Day look using the Ace Beauty Scarlet Dusk Powder, excuse me, eyeshadow. And yeah, there we go. Gotta do my little mascara trick on that one. Look at that one, trying to sneak in there. So yeah, so if you have any questions about any of the products I used today, comment below, let me know. Any suggestions on using the Aurora little pretty color that I drowned in the On Eye Spray, trying to work a little bit better. Definitely suggest below. It's definitely worth trying. You just have to work a little harder to use it, but overall it's such a beautiful color. It's a great palette to use. All the products I use today are very simple to use. Like I said, easy Valentine's Day look to do, easy to throw together, a little longer just because I am talking and doing it with you. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day with your special someone. And again, thanks for spending your time with me. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And any suggestions for a video are always welcome. Thanks, guys.